Hey everyone, so as you can see, the setup is a little bit different today because we're going to be doing something that I've never really done on this channel, and that is a blended cocktail. Yep, not like flash blended, but actually blended in a blender to make a slushy consistency. Today, we're going to be taking a classic blended tiki cocktail that is honestly not very good, and we're going to elevate it and make it really good. So today, we're going to be making an improved Rum Runner. I'm Andy, let's do this. So in full disclosure, this video was kind of inspired by one of the guys that I follow and chat with on Instagram, Raymond, also known as Intoxicologist Bar. And I'll leave his socials down below. But basically, a couple days ago, I saw him do his own revised Rum Runner. And I said to myself, I bet you I can do one too. So I did a little bit of digging. So the Rum Runner was created in the early 70s at a bar known as the Holiday Isle. It was a tiki bar owned by this guy named Tiki John. Legend has it that Tiki John was getting ready for a new liquor shipment and he wanted to clear out his old stock. So he took a little bit of rum, took a little bit of banana liqueur, a little bit of blackberry brandy, grenadine, lime juice, put them together and made the Rum Runner, and called it that for the rum runners that used to use the Keys as their home base. Now there are a lot of different recipes out there for the Rum Runner. Some include orange juice, some include pineapple juice, some use coconut rum, some use spiced rum. But the recipe that I am building my elevated version of is based on the one from the Total Tiki app, which states that the original Rum Runner's recipe was 3/4 of an ounce of Puerto Rican 151, 7/8 of an ounce of banana liqueur, 7/8 of an ounce of blackberry liqueur, 7/8 of an ounce of grenadine, 7/8 of an ounce of lime juice. Honestly, doesn't sound like a really good cocktail, and who uses 7/8 of an ounce? Like, just call it a full ounce or a scant eighth. Nobody has 7/8 measurements. Nobody. But anyway, let's see what we need to make my elevated version of the Rum Runner. To make my elevated version of the Rum Runner, we're going to need an overproof heavy rum, banana liqueur, grenadine, lime juice, aromatic bitters, saline solution, and blackberries. Also not pictured, xanthan gum. So as you can see, a lot of the same flavor profiles stick true. So instead of using a 151 Puerto Rican rum, which I have, it's right back there, Don Q, I could have used it. It's honestly not gonna add any flavor to the cocktail. Instead, I'm gonna go with Plantation OFTD as my overproof heavy rum. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna add a lot more depth and character to this cocktail. For my banana liqueur, I'm going with Giffard's. Now another choice could be Tempest Fusion, although I hearken against it because if you were to go with Tempest Fusion, what's gonna happen is that banana flavor is gonna get lost in the cocktail. We want like a light-bodied banana liqueur, not a dark banana bread banana liqueur, if that makes any sense. Now they originally used blackberry brandy. Instead, I'm using fresh blackberries, and I'm doing this to help decrease the amount of dilution that goes into this cocktail to make sure that it comes out a nice slushy consistency. I'm still using the grenadine. I think it kind of gives this cocktail part of its signature look, and I'm just going with my BJ Reynolds Lush grenadine, and we are gonna adjust the proportion a little bit. As usual, I'm gonna add aromatic bitters and salt solution to all of my cocktails because they just elevate everything. As I mentioned before, not pictured in that little B-roll was xanthan gum, and this is a trick that I picked up from Garrett Richards. When making slushy cocktails or frozen cocktails, using xanthan gum as a stabilizer helps keep that cocktail together so it does not separate over time. It's a really neat trick, so thanks, Garrett. Speaking of which, obviously I'm making this as a slushy cocktail. You don't have to do this as a slushy cocktail. You could do this as a shaken cocktail. However, in the Keys right now, if you're gonna go to a lot of bars and order a Rum Runner, it's probably gonna be dispensed from a slushy machine, and it's gonna not taste nearly as good as this one. So let's get to building this one so that I can taste it, you can taste it, and see what it's like. In your blender, you're gonna add 5 drops of salt solution. Follow that up with 2 dashes of aromatic bitters. Next, add 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of lime juice. Now add 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 milliliters of our grenadine. Add half an ounce or 15 milliliters of our banana liqueur. Add 1 ounce or 30 milliliters of our overproof heavy rum. Next, we're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Now we're gonna give this a nice dry blend to incorporate the xanthan gum. Now we're gonna add 4 or 5 blackberries and add 1.5 cups of Pebblite. Then blend it again till it's smooth. We're gonna rub our double rocks glass and open pour in. Garnish with a mint sprig and a serve size hip straw. And there you have it, my elevated version of the Rum Runner. Let's give it a try. and getting a lot of the acidity from the lime juice, and even the blackberries themselves, which are up front and center. And that's being balanced by the syrup in the Grenadine and the sweetness from the banana liqueur, which adds this wonderful back banana flavor. And that's being complemented by the overproof rum, which is adding this wonderful like banana funk caramelization to this cocktail. It is bright, it is refreshing, is the best way I can put this. This, I would love to drink like on a beach at a resort sometime. So we took the original Rum Runner, which was unbalanced and honestly just a cacophony of flavors that did not pair well together, and rebalanced it and made it into just a more elegant and elevated cocktail. Now, a lot of people may say, well, Andy, you're definitely using better ingredients, so it's going to be a better cocktail than using something like a Don Q151. And you're not wrong, you are correct, but quality ingredients make for quality cocktails. The one thing with the Rum Runner is it's typically a relatively affordable, boozy cocktail that you would get at any single bar. Here's the deal. For this cocktail with these ingredients done as is, even with the markup of a restaurant, is going to be under $15. So it's still affordable and approachable. Not only that, but you could make this in batches and simply just pour. It's not that much different. But the difference is the quality of ingredients and the attention to detail. And that's a lot of times what makes a cocktail better, or elevated, should we say. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. Next week, we're gonna be showcasing a modern tiki cocktail by Shannon Mustafar. It's gonna include a coconut fat-washed bourbon. So there is a little bit of prep, but I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So until then, Kole Maluna.